This is your space captain speaking. Just a reminder to pack some teeny tiny snacks and maybe a silly little hat, because we're about to take a trip to the tippy top tip where the wild seeds grow.
I was sitting outside in the garden, just getting some air, getting some sun, and a butterfly just appeared right in front of me. This butterfly was super pretty. She had blue and black and white wings. And I wanted to take a picture, so I grabbed my phone, and as soon as I grabbed my phone, the butterfly flew away. I put my phone back down because there was nothing to take a picture of anymore, and then she just magically reappeared as soon as I put my phone down.
Oh,
She just
hello.
like stayed there in front of me. It was like she was talking to me. Like,
Hi, I'm here. And you're here. Hi, Cher.
it was actually really nice. I felt a sense of peace. And then she flew around me into circles, like zipped around me, and then just vanished. Yeah.
Wow. I love that she made an exit like that. So what do you think she was stopping by for?
I think that she was just trying to tell me that you're exactly where you're meant to be, and we go through all these things in our lives, and sometimes we feel like it could be really difficult, but believe in yourself, believe in the magic, trust, and everything will be okay.
Ah. I love being able to see signs from the universe or from nature that way, that whatever presents itself to you feels like it's just mirroring everything about you to you in a way that you can understand it, in a way that you can appreciate it at the moment.
It's so nice. I love nature so much.
I read this meme recently that relates to this, and that it made me feel so seen. It goes,
When you feel deeply understood and moved by a piece of music, literature, or art, you are not connecting to its creator, you are connecting with yourself.
Truth bomb has been dropped.
This moment of truth is brought to you straight from the vault of Cher's favorite sounds. A truth bomb, deployed at the exact moment of an epiphany.
I love that sound. Yeah, because everything we experience is really our perception, right? So, whatever it is that we connect with, it's something within ourselves that we recognize on the outside.
and it's such a nice feeling to think about that, because, like, think about your favorite song right now. Tell me how that relates to how you're feeling.
I think, Mikey, the answer to that question is that right now, the fact that I can't even think of a favorite song is already telling me that something is not aligned within me. And that's why I feel so bothered by it, and I'm trying to reconnect and find it again. It's funny because I just kind of want to get to it already, but I know that the whole thing about this is the process. The whole getting back to myself is that gradual and like patient movement towards where I want to be. Actually, thank you for that reminder to be patient and to be caring with myself
Mm-hmm.
and allow myself just the time that I need to get to where I desire to be.
Yeah, Cher. I mean, whatever space you're in right now, it just means that's exactly where you need to be, and there's nothing more that you need.
Hey, this is your friendly reminder that abundance lives within you. In fact, you are abundance.
I think seeing it in that way just makes you feel more comforted that you're not going through this journey alone. Everything around you is conspiring to help you align with yourself again. And all these little things are coming up to give you those little reminders. I feel like at this moment you're going through you're going through it. You're going through whatever you're going through and you're not avoiding it. And I think that's the bravest thing that you can do. And that also makes coming out the other end a lot sweeter because you feel the polarity, you feel the differences. And once you get to where you feel like yourself again, it'll feel so good. And your favorite song will feel a million times better. It'll feel like you're dancing on clouds.
Yeah. Thanks, Mikey. I'm looking forward to that. Dancing on clouds would be so good. I was thinking of like twirling and it's like whipped cream twirls, you know?
Whoa.
Like the fluffiest, comfiest cloud situation.
But I totally feel you on that, Cher. Like I've also been feeling these ups and downs of life lately, and it's been a really wild ride. And I know for a lot of us, it's just been more apparent. And that only means that we're so aware of the process of life and every moment that it gives you. And when you feel like you're at a dip, when you feel like you're at this low trench, you understand that you're there and that you're there for a reason. And, you know, there are so many signs that remind you that you are feeling this way. But those same signs are also reminding you that this is not how it's going to be forever. This is just a temporary moment, and we're constantly growing, and we're gonna get out of it, and we're gonna be better. It's just part of the wave.
I mean, you can't have the highs without the lows. You can't have the ups without the downs. And it's really, I mean, everything, all these cycles, that's how things are, right? We climb up a mountain and we head back down and we climb back up and head back down again. And
Life is a ride.
it really is such a ride. Roller coaster, man. It's a loop de loop right now.
That's why, you know, I think what you're doing is really the bravest thing you can ever do because you're ready for battle, you know, you're Fa Mulan. You have your warrior suit on and your little dragon to give you wisdom along the way. And you're at the front lines of this battle against this biggest and baddest villain, knowing full well that you'll come out of it victorious. I always like resonated with that power. I'm like, yes, girl, get it.
Yeah.
I also really want to know how you're feeling right now. Like, does it feel Herculean? Does it feel disconnected?
It's like something went away and I don't know what it is, but I need it. And now it's gone and I don't know how to get it back.
It's the hardest feeling when you feel like you've lost yourself. Out of anything in the world that you can lose, it's always hard to feel that loss of spark, especially when you've already connected so intimately with it.
And I don't even know how I lost it, you know? I'm just like feeling very unmoored. I'm just floating at sea. All I see is just open water all around me and like where do I swim to? Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I turn around, go behind me? Do I go ahead of me? I don't know.
That's a really daunting place to be in, especially because you feel like there's nothing around you that can give you a sign that everything is going to be okay. But then, if you look at the scenario again, who is manning that ship that is in the middle of the ocean? It's you.
Yeah.
You're the captain of the ship, so literally, you can take your ship wherever you want to take it. I mean, if it doesn't even make sense and you just go one direction, it's gonna take you somewhere. I mean, you know, the earth is not flat.
You won't just fall off like the edge of it.
You are now entering a moment of universal truth. The meaning of everything is the meaning you give it.
Wow, Cher, that also reminds me of a moment. Yeah, the first time I went surfing. It felt exactly like that. Like I was in the middle of the ocean because it was a surf break that was literally in the middle of the ocean. And my surf instructor asked me to come to him where the waves were breaking. And to me, it felt like a million miles away from where I was because you just don't have the energy to like paddle that fast and that far. And you're like, when is this ever going to end? Am I ever even going to get there? I don't even think this is fun anymore. This is just torture.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you get to that point, and then the waves are there to push you into an amazing ride, and you just have to be patient with yourself in that process because it's gonna come.
It's true. It will come.
The sparkle never dies.
Yeah, it just takes a break. It's like maybe it's just nap time for the sparkle.
Exactly. Sparkles need a break too, you know.
Yeah, sparkles need a break too.
Hi, I'm Sparkle. I'm right here. We're as connected and as far apart as you feel we are at every moment. I grow each time you think of me. I'm always thinking of you.
I mean, the sparkliness has been pretty sparkly, so I feel maybe it's just time for a little breather.
Yeah, that's a really nice way to see it, actually. To see this time as a breather. I feel like it's just showing you, again, like a different side of life so that you can feel the contrasts and the polarities and enjoy this balance. We're just seesawing
Yeah,
until we find that balance. I mean, you know, I'm still also riding that same wave as you of like trying to recuperate and trying to find rest, trying to tune into that balance because sometimes you forget that it's necessary, you know? Sometimes you're riding that really, really high wave, you're up that tall mountain, and you don't realize that you do need to come down at some point.
yeah, and I also feel like what we're doing is sharing the sparkle, and if I don't have it with me, so how am I gonna be able to share it? But maybe going through this will bring me to a point where I'm gonna be able to share something different.
Yeah, I feel like this is the most beautiful moment to share what a sparkle is really about. You know, it's not always about shining so bright. As much as light is important, we also need the shadow to illuminate things in our lives and to understand, like what Audrey said, also that shadow work is the deepest work and it exists in order for you to come back into your sparkle again. And without the darkness, we don't have the light, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Hi, I'm a shadow. I don't feel so nice, so I get a bad rap. I'm here because you asked for growth. I'm the good news you never see coming. Hope you still love me.
Thank you, Cher, really, for being vulnerable enough to share all of this because I feel like it's really important to dive deeper into this kind of work because we can't always be our happy go lucky selves. It's not human to always be that way.
Yeah, all the blinds are down, and I mean, sometimes you can see like those slats of light in between, but it doesn't make anything brighter. It's just there. But I guess that's also a nice sign to remember that the light is beyond there somewhere, and it's just waiting
Yes.
for when the blinds open again.
I've seen you go through hard times, and I know this is not your first rodeo, and I know you're gonna get out of it. I trust. I completely trust in your ability to come out of it. It's just a matter of going at that pace where you're gentle with yourself, where you can nourish yourself even if you're in the dark. Because you're a sparkle share. You're always a sparkle.
Thank you, Mikey, for believing in my sparkle and seeing it.
It's never gonna die out.
I mean, if there's any way that anyone can be helped by what I'm going through, like what Audrey was saying, like walking through the mud and stuff, it really feels like I'm just trudging through mud right now. But yeah, if there's a way that this part of the journey can help not just me, my own self, but anyone else listening are wild seeds. I mean, that would be the greatest gift. I mean, we all do go through all of these things. And I think, especially now, so much going on. And even though we know that people go through it, we don't really talk about what it is that we're going through or that we really acknowledge that we are going through something that's kind of tough. So, yeah, thank you for sharing this space with me and like taking care of me as I try to navigate it. And thank you for just being there. I always feel like things will be okay. Even if there are things that are really hard, I always feel like everything's gonna be good in the end. And I guess that's the best part of it, you know? Thank you, Mikey.
Of course, Cher, I'm always here for you. You know that I always feel you and I always see you and I'm always here for you. And we just never walk through life alone. We're always going through everything hand in hand. Like, no matter the place we're in, whether we're trudging in mud or whether we're flying high in the sky, we're always gonna go through it together. And by together, I mean every single one of us in this place we call home, this planet where all you wild seeds are scattered throughout the globe. And no matter the distance, we are walking through this life together. I'm really, really grateful to be able to give this safe space for you to share that with me and to be able to be vulnerable enough to sit with your emotions and share that. And I think that's, again, it's really the bravest thing that you can ever do. And I'm so proud of you for being able to do that, and to be able to recognize that within yourself. In whatever way you're feeling, I feel inspired to, again, like reconnect with myself in that sense and bring that into my space to understand my own shadows. And I think that goes for everyone else listening in too, you know. You provide us with that inspiration to be able to be comfortable to navigate through the dark. That even if we're not used to swimming through these shadows, we know that there's always that spark of light. There's always that starlight and that moonlight to guide us and show us the way. And then we realize that that light is within us too, you know? That the sparkles that we see on the outside are just shining back what was always within us. So thank you really, Cher, for sharing yourself today and for opening up the doorway for conversations like this, you know. And just remember that for you and for all our wild seeds, this space is always open. There's always really fluffy throw pillows on the floor and an assortment of teas and some snacks.
I think like yeah, instead of like cotton candy clouds, they're just like cumulonimbus clouds right now, and it's fine.
But clouds are always changing too.
Exactly, and the sky always changes, and that's just the way it goes. Seasons change, and the world turns. The sun rises and the sun sets. The moon rises and the moon sets.
And they all have a purpose on this earth, right? I mean, gray clouds bring rain, which washes away everything that we don't need if we let it. And another beautiful way to look at it too is even if you are the cloud and you feel like you're that gray, rainy cloud, someone somewhere else is looking at that cloud and admiring it and just loving it for what it is. So it's just so great to be able to embrace your cloudness. Cher, I just want you to know also, like, I love you so much and I'm always here and I feel you and I see you.
Thank you, Mikey. I love you so much. It's so funny. Sometimes I think about like how much love I have for like everything, and I kind of like I make a face like at myself because I'm like, this is kind of a lot. I mean, it's really never ending, and I give it out, and I always have to also give it back in.
Mhm.
And I think now is the best time to give it back give it back to myself too. Thank you, Mikey. I love you so 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 much, and it's really an infinite supply. And maybe the nap is what makes you kind of recharge that supply. It just kind of like takes it in from wherever it comes from. And so you can keep giving it to yourself and to others too.
So grateful for today. And we're sending out our love to everyone who's going through those loop-de-loops, who are going through those uphill battles and fighting those monster waves. We just want you to know today that you are loved, you are seen, you are okay, and you are always welcome in our space. And we accept you in your full cloud form, whatever that may look like right now. And remember that the stars are always there to guide you and to remind you that you have that sparkle within you, no matter what. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know, it feels like one big fat hug from all of you whenever you do. Remember, we have fresh new episodes coming out the oven every Tuesday on Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, Overcast, Apple, and wherever else you listen to your podcasts.
Thank you so much. We're really so happy to be on this Wildseed ride with all of you. Pass on the love to the other wild seeds in your life. You can find us on Instagram at We Are Wildseed. We're also on Facebook. You can also drop us an email. We super love receiving letters. Our email address is wildseedpod@gmail.com. Can't wait to see you guys again soon. Wildseed!
Wildseed!